What's happening, Extreme Boating crew? This is Rob coming at you with a quick video regarding transom mounted ladders. Now, a lot of you talk about the possibility of voiding warranties due to drilling holes and the possibility of introducing leakage due to those same holes that you just drilled. You want to keep the amount of holes in the back of the transom to a minimum. I understand. I'm in the same boat as you are. I don't want to be dealing with the possibility of leakage due to extra holes in the transom. And what I actually found is that other possibilities do exist outside of your standard transom mounted ladders. They're called e-boarding ladders, and what they do is they're pretty much a standard ladder. There's a couple different options available, but as a whole, they usually use the same holes that are already in place from your outboard, whether it's Mercury, Yamaha, Evinrude, the list goes on. As long as you have a standard bolt pattern that's in place on the newer modern engines, it shouldn't be an issue. That'd be something you probably should check before you buy the ladder, but the majority of your newer rigs are typically using that kind of bolt pattern as long as you're 40 to 50 horsepower and up. So the ladder I'm going to be showing you today how to install is made by TH Marine. It's called the Twist and Lock, if I remember correctly. However, it is just a rebranded ladder made by Jiff Marine, sold to you at a premium price, which I don't agree with, but here we are. Whatever. I ended up scoring my ladder from a member off of the forums that I frequent semi-regularly. I got it for a really good price. If you're watching this video, thank you very much. And the only difference that you're going to find today in my install versus yours is that yours is going to be on the passenger side. Mine is on the driver's side. So, before we get started with showing you how to do the install, which is literally just 2 bolts, I'm going to go ahead and show you the different options available to you. And then after that, we'll go ahead and move on to the install. So, let's do the damn thing. I've already taken up too much of your time. I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, so my first and favorite out of all of the bunch is the Jiff Marine emergency reboarding ladder, sold on Amazon.com for about 198 bucks, basically 200 bucks. As you can see, it's got a 4.5-star review. And I'm going to go ahead and scroll to the bottom here for the review section so you could see some pictures of it installed. Now that is in the deployed position. And what I'm going to do here is show you some photos of it here on a tracker. That's a shot in the water. That's stowed with the cover on, and then this is without the cover, again in the stowed position. Really nice. My favorite ladder of the bunch. The next one here is the Twist Step, the one which I own, made by TH Marine. Basically a Jiff emergency reboarding ladder for about 175 bucks more than the Jiff Marine one. And as I scrolled through the pictures here, you could see it's literally the same thing. The next one here is made by R&R Designs. These are called emergency exit ladders for boats. Pretty nice. I don't know how it runs or mounts on, but what I do know is that it's a 1-bolt design. Now the next one here is Bob's Boarding Ladder, made by Bob's Machine Shop. Runs for about 200 bucks at its base price. And then the ladder side I'm going to be choosing here, as you have several selections available, is going to be port. And then the ladder bracket, you're going to have an option available for no jack plate or with a jack plate. Either way, it jacks the price up 75 bucks on your subtotal. Okay, so we're here at the boat, and we're going to go ahead and prep things before we get started. So, the majority of you don't have a jack plate, or maybe you do. If you have a jack plate like I do, you got to go ahead and raise things up. That way you can get access to the bolts. So I'm going to go ahead and raise mine up. Mine's a 6-inch. I'm going to raise it up 3 inches. And now I have sufficient access to this top bolt and this bottom bolt right here. Here's the ladder. Very simple, very easy. Here's the mounting bracket. 4 10mm bolts. Go ahead and tighten this up before you get started. Otherwise, it's kind of difficult to get to after it's installed. So, tools you're going to need 2 19mm sockets. You can use one shallow, but you'll definitely need a 19 deep. And you can either run a breaker and a standard ratchet of 3/8 variety, whatever. You can also run a 19mm wrench itself, either a combo or box wrench, whatever. So we'll go ahead and get started. I like to do things this way. This is a quick ratchet, so everything works perfectly. I already actually had these a little pre-loosened, so don't mind me. I'm going to go ahead and pull this top bolt out because on this jack plate I run wedges. I believe they're 2 degree. But anyways, this bolt is 2.5 inches in length as far as shank is concerned. It's not going to be sufficient. So I ran down to Ace, got myself a 3-inch stainless steel bolt. Go ahead and reuse the washer. These are wedged washers. So I'll go ahead and install my new one, and then I'll leave everything else off for now until I can get the bottom bolt retaining nut off. Now bear in mind the same principle is going to apply if you don't have a jack plate as well. However, you won't be dealing with simplicity like this. You'll have to deal with sealing up these bolts on the transom side, so you'll need some Loctite PL or 3M 4200. So we got a longer bolt on this end, and we're going to retain the original on this end. If you're running a jack plate with wedges like I am and your bolts are shorter. So, make sure you put your washer back on. These are angled, so they're kind of special because I run wedges. If this doesn't apply to you, then just ignore some of this talk. Go ahead, thread your nuts on by hand. Okay, we're good there. And we're good there. So I'll go ahead and get started installing this. Okay, we're good there. And then we go ahead and finish up on this final bolt. Make sure the angle of this washer is good. Okay, and just like that, whenever you need to drop it, it's as simple as turn, and you're good to go. 2 steps, boom, boom. Use your hand to climb up on the transom, and you're good to go. Very, very easy, always stays up. Going nowhere. So, one small footnote I got to make about these bolts. These are stainless steel, obviously, 19 millimeter 1/2 inch bolts. And again, this is a 2.5 inch length bolt. If you got a bunch of craziness like I do over here, jack plate, 2-degree wedges, and obviously this new e-boarding ladder, which in your case may be on the other side, then you're going to go ahead and need a longer bolt. However, if you are not running wedges, if you're not running a jack plate, you shouldn't need longer bolts than your original ones already supplied. That's about it. That's going to conclude it. Thanks for checking out the video, guys. I appreciate your time, and happy boating.